Oh, do you want to do a new segment? It's called Things That I Say Off the Cuff That I Swear, like, if somebody on Parenthood said it, like, it would, like, be, like, an amazing piece of dialogue.
Okay, because I've been experimenting going through our new, because I can't use licensed music anymore. I found this today in hopes that maybe this might happen.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, it's
all right. Things I said tonight just while getting dressed with Aaron that I'm like, wow, I sound like an NBC character.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Every once in a while.
It's short.
So Aaron and I were talking about beards. And I was talking about how I saw some red carpet lady, fashion lady on the red carpet say, like, well, you can expect a lot of beards this year from the men. And I was like, yeah, I've had a beard for a long time. I can't believe everybody's finally doing beards. And Aaron and I were talking about the beards and, like, what is that culturally? And Aaron was like, I don't want to put words in Aaron's mouth, and it's a hot button topic, so I'm not putting words in Aaron's mouth. This is what I remember hearing. Aaron was talking about how, like, is that a thing that's motivated from the feminine side, like based on what women want? She was talking about, is it a possible reaction to over metrosexuality? Like, are we, then the women are like craving like something else? We were having that conversation in the privacy of our own home. And then she said, yeah, it's definitely a heterosexual trend, the beard. It's not a gay trend. And then she went in the bathroom, and then I was standing alone in the bedroom, and I went, a gay trend. Imagine being in charge of figuring out what those are. Talk about finding a needle in a needle stack. Because to me, gay people are a trend. All right. Moving on.
Wait, real quick on the beard thing, because I've been grousing about the beard business, because I live in like Los Feliz, which is near Silver Lake, which is the Williamsburg, which is the hip neighborhood of the city that has the hip neighborhoods. And I was in a restaurant in Brooklyn like a month or two ago, having brunch, and there were 15 guys in there, including me. 14 of those guys had the same fucking Hammurabi, big ass, down to their fucking collarbone beard.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it's like, you can't all have the same fucking beard. That's crazy. If you walked in the room and you were all wearing the same hat, you're crazy people.
I just like, and I told you so. Like, I mean, everything I do, like 10 years later, everybody starts doing it.
You were the last to get a podcast, though.
That's true, yeah.
But
now I got a video podcast. Like,
I skimmed a couple articles that people sent me because they know how much I have a beef about this whole beard craze, and the phrase lumbersexual, and it's like guys wearing
lumbersexual,
and they have like they wear the plaid shirts, and they have the beards, and it's a reaction to the not just women's need to have men that are more masculine, but men's need to reclaim masculinity from it.
That was where I immediately went. But any woman that told me, "Oh no, women kind of define, what women say an attractive man looks like you got to believe under the surface that's what's." Like we'll do. It's a weird dance we have where like it's like men's gimmick is like I don't give a shit, and that's sort of a staple of masculinity too. And then but like obviously women are cracking the whip. Like that sexual reproduction. It all of the changes are cued by the female side. Like that is as old as plant life. Like when we divided from asexual organisms into a male and female, the only thing that's consistent between like all of the species from when we were flowers until what we are now is basically that the reason it speeds up Darwinian selection is because it like compounds it with half of the species dictates how you get to the egg. And that half of the species kind of tends to. That's why you see in those nature shows like the bird is like going like, what the fuck is the bird doing? Like it has to do like 900 things in order to just get near
it has to grow iridescent feathers and shit.
Yeah, and like the Lockhorn beetles and they there's all this weird shit they have to do, and it's like some of it is like an odd like random thing, and it's because there's so much energy coming out of if you divide your species in half and endow one half with the green light, That is, I mean, that's not sexism. That is as old as vegetation.
Yeah, Drew Carey used to joke that every guy cuts their hair like they had it when they were getting laid all the time. But that's how
I know. And that's why you look at George Lucas, and it's like, yeah, guess what happened? Oh yeah, sure. I'm gonna make a 9th movie, and it's like you're just looking at his pompadour. It's like, yeah. Like George, you could get your hair cut by 1,000 robots every morning. Like he could have nano scissors injected into his hair follicles. George Lucas could afford to have like the perfect haircut for sure.
As far as he's concerned, I think he has the perfect
yes, exactly because that's the haircut he had.
1977 pussy.
That's the haircut he had the night that something happened to him sexually that he doesn't connect to American Graffiti. Like he's like, yeah, she really liked me.
Now, I heard another thing, and I did not follow up on this, and in keeping with last week's theme of unverifiable facts that we don't know anything about, but we must make other people Google, is that there was apparently I heard there was a reaction among the bear community, like the bearded gay gentlemen who are the little heavier, like bearded, like
the Harmons.
The Harmons, yeah. They did not get that from you, the bear culture.
Oh no, they had it.
Okay, yeah, but they're apparently like they feel like they're being co-opted by a bunch of straighties going out there and dressing up like bears.
They'll be all right. They're bears. They're fine. Do we have the bears?
Do we have any bears here? Any self-identifying bears? Yeah. Oh shit.
So, well, now that we know you're just kidding, it's weird for you to go, yeah.
It should have been rawr.
Yeah, yeah. I always I've met bears. I like bears. I like that idea.
When I was in Palm Springs for New Year's Eve, I forgot my swim trunks at home back in LA, and so I went to this place to go buy them, and I went to this place called GayMart USA. Which is, by its own admission, America's favorite gay superstore. And they sell, among other things, really good bathing suits. Also, lots of cock rings and lube, and like fancy underwear and stuff. So I thought it'd be funny if I went back to the party because we're all doing shopping for this big New Year's Eve party that's going to happen, and a bunch of people are going to come I didn't know. And so I bought, we all got snacks and there's food and there's booze and there's all this stuff. So I wanted to find they had these little cock rings that look like lifesavers, a little bigger than that, but they're jelly, like kind of stretchy little jelly things, and they come in little plastic lifesaver wrappers. And so I thought they're really like they're not expensive. So I just buy a big bunch of them, put them in a bowl, and have those next to like the pretzels and shit, and they'd be like, you can have cock rings because everyone's going to come with couples more or less to this party. I thought, okay, let's put the cock rings up. So I asked the gentleman behind the counter at GayMart, do you have those little jelly cock rings? So all they had were these really high concept looking cybernetic like Shadowrun cock rings. I fucking did not know how to.
Keep talking. I'm going to drink.
All right. Oh, I'll keep talking. So I said, do you have those little gel ones? And he goes, no, we're out of those. They're so great though. I go, do you know a store because there's one little strip there that's all these like gay bars and stores and like fashion places. If you go down to Bearwear. I'm like, where's Bearwear? He's like, it's just $2 down. I go into Bearwear. It was the fucking best. Guess what's in Bearwear? A bunch of the most adorable bear couples just walking around holding up clothes on a hanger and holding it up to their boyfriend. And like everyone's buying like little outfits and like scarves and things. And I'm up there just talking cock rings with the top breasts. And it was really, really nice. I really enjoyed my time at Bearwear. Also, I took the cock rings to the party. 3 of them instantly were gone, and no one was talking. And I think I found out later on that 2 of them were gone. The girlfriends had taken them for the boyfriend because there was going to be lots of drinking involved, and they want a little enhancement later on down the line.
I'd like to. I mean, I kind of think maybe a later episode, but like I want to understand the cock ring concept. So
I'll explain it all to you in a moment. One of the cock rings was out of the wrapper next to the bowl. I'm like, who did this? The guy's like, I thought it was candy.
Well, yeah. Okay. I'd like to understand cock rings, and I'd like to understand the bear community. If there is, if there's a bear Harmontown out there,
we must. I'd like to think we have a few bear fans out there.
it'd be nice. I sometimes feel like we somehow marginalized the marginalized on our show. I
feel like the Bears do a pretty good job of saying like you have a store called Bearwear, and in there everybody looked like exactly what I wanted bears to all look like. It was really cool.
Frankly, I'd like to see more black people in the audience, and I'd like to see more gay people, but you can't see them as well. But we often ask like who's gay, and it's like let's throw some ladies in there too. Like I'd like to
after black people and gay people.
In keeping with the American tradition, yeah. It's like, Gay people were president. Free. I feel like we're doing something wrong. I feel like I cut this silhouette of some kind of like Belushian like figure, and it's not what I mean to do. I know I'm ignorant. I know I'm clumsy, but I love all people, and I wish we had more black Harmonians. It makes me feel like we're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
If you're black and you're out there, well, then you're out there. You're fine. And if you're black and you're out there, I don't want to sound racist, but do you know other black people? Could you tell them to come here?
Are any of your best friends black people?
Right, and now I'm racist for asking you if you have black friends because you're black. And I don't want to do that. If you're black and you're out there, thank you. Thank you. Tweet me and let me know if there's something I can do.
What's your name over there? Jamal. Fucking cha-ching. Jamal, indeed.
But can we? I mean, that's the thing. Like all his friends pointing at him. Like that's why. That's why they don't come. They don't want to get sucked into my black hole, my white hole.
Is Community, does it have a large black audience? Do you know?
I don't know. How do you measure that?
Do you get a lot of black people tweeting you and saying, I love your show?
No. Rick and Morty, I think Adult Swim has a larger black audience. Yeah. So a lot of this is going to sound crazy, and I don't believe anything about this. I'm only repeating what seems to be the case, but it seems like black audiences like animation a lot. Like Adult Swim has like a black audience, and Rick and Morty like Community like episodes will go, and I'll look at the tweets, but then when an episode of Rick and Morty is airing, like there's a lot more like a face that I just go like, oh man, that guy, man, I wish he was my friend. Just with a tweet that's like, this motherfucker just said butter's a disease or something. I don't know. Like they'll like quote like a thing, but they'll kind of quote it in sort of a street language. And it validates me.
So black people, come on down next Sunday.
And keep watching Rick and Morty, and I love you too.